everyone. Thank you so much for checking out the blog today. This is a special one today because I'm speaking with Tanner Wendell Stewart, who is an amazing photographer from Shoot the SKYS, which you guys have to check out. We'll have a link for you. But he just did a project funding the A21 campaign, which is an anti-human trafficking organization, and we're going to show a video right after this. But first, let's ask him a few questions. Cool. So, I want to know first and foremost, how did you start to even get interested in photography?
It's funny. In junior high, I was in a journalism class, and I shot a photo to go along with an article that I wrote for my newspaper in junior high. And my teacher was so impressed by the photo that she called the local newspaper, said, "Hey, I have a kid in my class who shot this photo. I'd love for you guys to teach him and apprentice him."
Amazing.
So, yeah, I just went into the newspaper and got the job, and I apprenticed under the head sports photographer for about 5 years. And that's kind of how I got passionate with photography when I was 13 years old.
And so what he does, you guys, this is really dedication to the max. You basically left your apartment, is this right? You left your apartment, you became homeless, for the lack of a better term, and traveled all over the country and shot different shots. So what did you learn from that experience, and can you tell us exactly what the project was?
Well, again, it was just, I wanted to use photography, so I did a daily photo project where I posted a photo every single day. Wow. I started January 1st, went all the way to December 31st, and yeah, like that was the goal. But along the way, I did a few interviews and stories. Like, cool. I was able to get Christine Kane, which was amazing, and Jason Kennedy from E! News, and Pastor Judah, and just some really awesome people I was able to interview. And then, yeah, I mean, I saw 20 national parks.
Wow.
And went to 5 countries, and yeah, it was a pretty awesome adventure.
I'm sure you met a lot of really interesting people.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
What would you say was the craziest experience you had?
Oh, man. Well, I think my favorite, craziest experience was I was in the Grand Canyon on a Saturday morning, and I had to wake up and drive 8 hours to San Diego. I saved enough money to get to San Diego, but I didn't have, like, I had a job in San Diego that was going to pay for my trip back up. And when I'm driving halfway through, I'm in the desert. It's 8 hours away from San Diego. I was 4 hours away. I was about halfway, and my car dies in the middle of the desert.
Oh man!
And it's 110 degrees, and ended up opening the hood of my car, and my alternator was on fire. Like, my car was literally on fire. So I dumped water on the alternator.
Oh my God.
Car's safe, but I waited for 3 hours in 110 degree heat for AAA to show up and tow my car, and I ended up getting the car towed to a town. In the town, like, there was a mechanic who said he couldn't get the part till Tuesday, 3 days away, and I only had a certain amount of money. So my grandpa was able to actually talk to some people who paid for me to stay at a hotel for 3 nights, just strangers I could never met before.
Oh, you're like, this is the best.
So I got to stay in a hotel for 3 days and got my car fixed 3 days later, and I hung out with some awesome people there as well. But
so cool.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. You probably thought, okay, the project's over for now. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, no, I was like, how am I gonna get home?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
Yes. Well, probably in the heat of the moment, you know, day in, day out, you probably had some extreme highs, some extreme lows, but now the project is over, and now you're getting it out there for all of us to see. There's a video that we're going to put right after this interview, and this video is absolutely incredible, and it's made by you and Ben Strickland. Is that correct?
About 5 people filmed it. Okay. Ben Strickland did the graphics for it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did the editing, and Ben did the cool graphics, and then a bunch of other guys volunteered and helped me out with the filming of it. So
it's incredible. So don't shut off your computer yet. Watch this video. We're also going to do links because you're raising money right now that's going to fund the A21 campaign through selling. You can get one of these books. And is there anything that we all need to know about the books?
I mean, I explain it pretty
in the video.
In the video, I explain it, but yeah, I mean, if people buy a book, they're getting a year's worth of work. It's going to be a 400-page book, massive. big
Super
coffee
cool.
table book. Yeah,
Amazing.
well designed. And,
Yes.
I don't know, it's a year's worth of work, and it's really
Totally.
exciting. So,
and some of these pictures, because I follow you on Instagram, which is Shoot the Skies,
Yeah.
and he's standing over cliffs.
Yeah.
I mean, you think like you are sacrificing your life.
Maybe.
You're like, oh well, it's a year of my life. No, but honestly, you guys, make sure you watch this video. Also, we're going to link it to where you can go and fund the project. You can buy a book, so please make sure you check that out. You're going to go to shoottheskys.com, and you're going to look straight into that website, find the link to make sure that you can buy your book. You're not going to want to miss it, and send it out to all your friends on social media. Check out his Instagram. We want to really support this project, and it's really cool, so it's twofold for sure. You get a cool product, and you get to support the A21 campaign doing amazing things. I also interviewed Joanne Ramos about the A21 campaign that you can check out on this blog. So thank you so much, and here's the video.
Hey, I'm Tanner Wendell Stewart, and I'm a photographer from the Pacific Northwest. 2 years ago in April, I went to Sofia, Bulgaria, where a man offered to sell me his baby boy for $50 because I simply said he was beautiful. At that moment, my life was changed forever. Human trafficking went from a statistic to the face of a beautiful baby boy. A face I will never forget. Fast forward to now, I just finished a 365-day photography project called Shoot the Skies, where I posted one photo every day of 2013. Since day one, the Shoot the Skies project has existed to create a book that will give 100% of the proceeds to abolish human trafficking. 6 years ago, Nick and Christine Kane started the A21 campaign to see injustice abolished in the 21st century. The A21 campaign has offices in 9 countries, and they have restoration facilities in 3 countries. They partner with local police and government who seek to abolish injustice. They prevent trafficking through awareness and education. They aid in the prosecution of human traffickers, and they've even helped create laws and legislation. And most importantly, they rescue, they protect, they restore, and they save lives. The numbers surrounding trafficking are staggering. There's an estimated 27 million slaves today, the most in world history, but only 1 to 2% will ever be rescued. And the way A21 fights this injustice is by rescuing one life at a time. I've partnered with A21 because they're an organization that I'm proud to stand behind. Check them out at the A21campaign.org. This project has been quite an adventure. I moved out of my apartment in downtown Seattle 7 months ago so I could travel full-time. I've driven over 10,000 miles in my 1987 Oldsmobile. Because technically I was homeless, I slept everywhere. I slept a lot at friends and strangers' houses. I slept in a hotel paid for by strangers. I even slept at 9,000 feet on Mount Rainier, and a few times in my car. I took over 100,000 photographs, and I spent about 1,500 hours editing them. I really wanted to be proud of the photos in this book, so I traveled as much as possible to photograph some of the most beautiful places in the world. My goal for the Shoot the Skies project was to use my passion for photography to make a difference. So I paid for all of my travels out of my own pocket, but I won't be receiving any proceeds from the book. The Shoot the Skies book cannot exist without your help. I have to sell a minimum of 1,000 books for the project to be funded. Even if you cannot afford a book, please share this video with everyone you know, because together we can make a difference. The Shoot the Skies book is going to be around 400 pages and will have all 365 photos. It's going to cost around $17 to make, but I'll be selling the first edition signed copies for $45. That means if you buy a book, you're giving roughly $28 to the A21 campaign, an organization that fights for human trafficked victims. They rescue, they restore, and they save lives. And I truly believe that together, we can end modern day slavery. Please consider buying a book and being part of the abolishment of human trafficking.
in the 21st century.